Hello, everyone. I'm Tarot Stash. Thanks for being here. I am joined by Caleigh from Woo Woo Wonderment. Hello, Caleigh. And Tanys from Twillo Lifestyle Community.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
All of the links to our channels are below in the description. I spend a little bit of time on those descriptions, linking everything so you know where to find us, know if this is part of a playlist, and all of that wonderful stuff. So, hoorah. And do the thing and like and subscribe because it's free. Please share this if to somebody who you think might enjoy it, because these are general readings today. General readings so if you're not selected for a reading, pay attention to the readings because that might be a clear message for you. And let me put this up. Here's what we're going to be doing. And if you'd like to be entered for a reading, hashtag SPA into the chat. Doesn't you don't have to go to all of the chats to do that. Once and you will be entered. So woohoo! And so, Caleigh, how are you and what decks are you using?
I'm good. Had a busy weekend last weekend. I was down in Sedona, and there will be a video coming for those of you that are on my channel. So, as Gerald said, like and subscribe. But the decks I am using today, so the first one is a new to me deck. Hi, Jamie. So the Everyday Witch, I'm going to be using it along with my self-care deck for self-care. Another new to me deck, Sacred Destiny, is what I'm going to be using for the pause. And then my usual affirmation deck for the affirmations.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tanys from Twillo Lifestyle Community, what decks are you using today?
I am using Sacred Self-Care by
Very
Gerald.
nice.
And the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn. That's one of my favorites, guys, if you haven't seen it.
Mhm.
And then the Mantra Healing deck by
Oh,
Matt.
nice. Very nice. I am using the Tarot of Oneness.
Ooh, that looks nice.
Yes, this is by a Canadian, Robin Voicey.
Very nice.
I'm also using the Oracle of Oneness, which was just released, also by Robin. And I am using the affirmation. I am using the Flower Petals
by Sherilyn Darcy. Beautiful.
Yes. So it's great. And as always, please remember this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance.
Really. There we go.
There you go.
And there's some of his merch.
Got the merch.
Which you'll find the link below.
You got it. I totally want to get that on a t-shirt so that I can wear it around, and when I'm with people, I can just point at it. Seek professional assistance, really. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. So
are you saying there are some people that maybe could use a little bit more professional assistance?
Absolutely, because I think people who ask for professional assistance are the bravest and strongest people because they know when they need help.
Exactly.
So, and sometimes I am that person.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
There you go.
We all need help sometimes, right?
Absolutely.
Always.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. And the community is great and it offers support, but sometimes it's out of the range of abilities.
This is true.
So we just passed the summer solstice, which was here in the Northern Hemisphere on Friday. It is the winter solstice in the Southern Hemisphere. So longest day, longest night. So that's what was going on. In case you were wondering if the energy was fun. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh
So
joy.
yes, and it's a great time to eat in-season fruits and vegetables, to spend time with family and friends, to think about where you're going, and um, well, actually, it's a great time to think about your self-care, pausing and reflecting, and giving yourself affirmations. So,
Absolutely.
boom. So there we go.
Mic drop.
Yes, boom. A lot of the chatters are here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's wonderful to see everybody. Instead of saying hello to everyone, I'm going to get started on the readings because we're here for about an hour, and it'd be fun to be able to get through as many readings as possible. So,
hello everyone.
hello.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the best chatters, the best lurkers, the work lurkers, and the future lurkers. Thanks for being here. It's great to see everybody.
No cow
Annie said,
lurkers today.
no cow lurkers. Annie Bear said, I am on summertime grandma starting tomorrow. School's out.
Ah.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. I am going to be doing this. And let's see, we're going to pick the first three for our reading. If you are selected for a general reading, please type in hello. Hi, Ms. DJ. And so then next up, turn that down a little bit. Next up is Angela C. Yay! Hello, Angela. Thanks for being here. And then for this round, who's up? Who's next? Who's next? Ms. Sherlock. All right. All right. So Angela is here. And looking for Ms. DJ. Did I miss Ms. DJ? And Angela C. we've got. And so Ms. Sherlock and Ms. DJ, say hello. Ms. DJ is here. Great. So we're going to start with Ms. DJ. I'm still waiting to hear from Ms. Sherlock. So, and for those of you who she's here, thank you. All right. Got it. Thank you. All right. So for those of you who've not done this before, I read the prompt for self-care. In this order, Caleigh is going to read for pause and reflect, and Tanys is going to read the affirmation. So, Ms. DJ, for your self-care is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands as a form of self-care is about understanding your boundaries and honoring those boundaries and being clear on those boundaries. When you have clear boundaries, it's easier to enforce them. I encourage part of your self-care, Ms. DJ, is to pause and understand what it is that you need and you want and what that looks like. So when things come up and you're not sure if it fits in, you will have clarity around that. So Five of Wands for you. You're up, Caleigh.
Ms. Sherlock, we did see you. Yes, thank you.
So the
Yes.
pause and reflect I got. The first card I got was success. Don't know how well you'll be able to see
Hold it back
it. It's
just
a little
a
bit dark.
smidge.
There we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
here, let's try that.
Success.
And so I was like, okay, what's there to pause and reflect about? So I got one other card, which was going forward. So I kind of pictured, you can see the cat, the jaguar there is kind of in a jungle. Oops. And this to me is like emerging from that jungle, so that your success is going to be tied to moving forward. Going into that sunlight, going down that path into that new adventure. So yeah, your pause and reflect is to look back on your successes, but continue to go forward.
Excellent.
Which ties in beautifully with what I got as well. So for this one, it is in the awakening inspired action section. So this deck has different sections.
Mhm.
And the affirmation for you is, there is only what life is asking of me. So it goes very well with the pause and reflect. Like, make sure that you're sort of only focused on what you're being asked to do, right? So really, for me, that's about like, don't worry about what everybody else wants you to do. Like, focus on what is really being asked of you. Because I feel like there's a bit of I want to get caught up in everybody else's details, and you don't need to, right? It's just weighing you down. So that pause and reflect on what is yours, and then only do what life is asking of you.
Mm-hmm. That really goes to the idea of setting your boundaries.
Definitely. Yeah.
So thank you, Ms. DJ.
Awesome.
That was great. And next up, we have Angela C. Wait a minute. Why did I? Okay, Angela C is up, and she has said, shall we call this stash stakes?
Yeah.
Like
Good.
sweeps when you get picked.
Perfect.
So, and I'm going to rotate everyone through.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, I love that card too, Annie Bear. And Ms. DJ said, thank you. I really needed to hear this.
Excellent.
I am so glad you're here for that.
Yeah. This one, huh?
Ready when you are, Caleigh. You're muted, of course. Hi, Sylvia. Caleigh, if you're talking, you're muted.
Yep. No, we're good. I was busy trying to collect cards because they literally jumped everywhere. So.
Oh, wow.
You got a lot of messages there, Angela. See?
So the card I got was Seasonal Harvest. So yeah, Seasonal Harvest. So get out into your garden if you like gardening with other cards, which I think will kind of maybe be some of the things you can focus on while you're out in your garden. So what's really funny is I got Seek Nature. So get outside, even if you don't have a garden, get outside. I got Aromatherapy, which ties into, herbs, flowers, all of that in your garden. And then Embrace Color. So again, that flower bit. Getting out, enjoying those colors of those flowers, the trees, all of that. Or if you don't, if you just have a balcony, you're in an apartment, get a couple of flowers.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Tanys. Caleigh's jumping in and out a little bit, so
she is.
What? We're going to cope, and it's fine.
Of course. Okay, so what I got for you, Angela C, is Rising Above. I see only beauty and grace.
Mm.
So with this one, you'll see she is coming up out of the mud. The lotus grows out of the mud to become a beautiful flower. So you will be rising above. You see all that light coming in? That's also about downloads. So I think that you've got a lot of downloads coming down right now. So don't be surprised if you're feeling a little tired, a little bit like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
You're blossoming.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
So you're just coming up out of the, so I see only beauty and grace. So that's also a call to focus on only beauty and grace. Don't get caught up in the mud, right? Because you are blossoming.
I love that, because your affirmation is the orchid, and it says, your uniqueness is always perfectly lovely.
Beautiful.
Angela C., let me repeat that for you. Angela C., your uniqueness is always perfectly lovely. I love that. So thank you, Angela C. And next up, we have Ms. Sherlock. And we're going to avert your gaze. So,
What have we got for you today, Ms. Sherlock? Oh, music. Okay. So spend some time today either making music or listening to music or singing. You know, you see them, there's so much in the flow in this card. They're very much enjoying the flow of the music. So be in the flow of the music today. And march to your own drummer, I'm hearing.
nice.
So there's she's got a tambourine and there's a drum on the bottom. So march to your own drummer. Don't worry about what other people think.
Absolutely.
Okay? And I got chills on that. So that must be a thing.
Yes. Oh, look. And your pause and reflect from the Oracle of Oneness is spiritual guides provide divine insight and support.
Mm-hmm.
To build off of what Tanys said, sometimes the movement and dancing will allow you to open up and to get that feeling of divine insight and support. So when you're not feeling when you're feeling alone and unsupported, pause a bit, use some music to help you reflect and see where your guides may be offering you some support, because they are. So,
Absolutely.
mm-hmm. All right, Caleigh, what do you got for affirmation?
Are you unmuted?
Your audio.
No, okay.
It actually goes perfectly when I need.
I ask for help when I need it. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. And then I also got, every day I focus on doing my best. I know my best can look different every day.
Every day. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good point for everyone, Caleigh.
So give yourself grace. Be gentle with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think that's a really wonderful thing, because if we were to treat ourselves like we treat people that we love,
Yeah, that's your card.
It's amazing. So that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Sherlock. And so Annie Bear asked, did you make your lovely Merkaba setting style, Tanys? I think behind you.
Oh, my husband made it for me. It's a pyramid. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And Ms. Sherlock said, thank you. And we had appreciation from Angela C. as well. What a wonderful reading. I feel so blessed.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So more people are coming in. So if you would like a chance to get a reading, hashtag spa. We are going to, let's do that. Let me get down here and let's see who our next 3 people will be. By the way, while you're waiting for your name to be selected, this is a great time to give a thumbs up. Kendra Lesher, let us know you're here. And then next up, we have, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Dum, dum. Julie Moon.
Beautiful.
And
Kendra's here.
Kendra's here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Julie is here. Kendra's here. Spiritual Garden. All right. Spiritual Garden, let us know that you're here. And first up, we have Kendra. So Kendra, what is your self-care? It's the self-care. Your self-care is the 2 of Swords. We all have a lot of choices to make. Part of the self-care is to remember that these are choices that you're making. If you don't have a lot of information, that you need or to make a clear decision, it's okay to press pause and to ask for more information. What's great about this is sometimes you can actually see underneath, the light coming from underneath the door, and you can go, So you can sort of get a peek about what might happen. So there's that. And Tanys is going to jump. We're going to do the affirmation because Caleigh will be coming back in.
Yes. All right. So I actually, I picked one, and it's interesting because I haven't felt this way about this card before, because it hasn't really come up before.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't resonate with the way the card was written, so I picked a second one. So the first, I'm going to give it to you just because it came up for you, but there's something about it, and I'll explain. So asking for angelic support is the grouping. And it says, my angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. So
yeah.
What doesn't resonate with me on that is if you ask for support, they're there. Even if you are not feeling as open. So they are there. So this is why this was like, something about the way that's written. It needs some clarification, okay? The other one was amplifying abundance. So that's awesome. And it says, abundance is my birthright. I receive it now. So that is a good one to use if you're looking for abundance.
Perfect. All right. It's your turn for
I'm hoping this will be better.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how my internet decides to act today.
It's fine. Like I said, send it Reiki and tell it you love it, and it's great to have it here. So
everybody else, send it Reiki, please.
My screen.
All right. So the first card I got was Opportunity.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, isn't it gorgeous?
I love
And the
that.
second one I got was purification. And I'm like, okay, so how do these two things go together? But I think it's about, so you have opportunities, but the purification piece is getting rid of that stuff that you no longer need. Getting rid of that
Oh,
clutter,
yeah.
clearing it out, because opportunities are coming, but you need to be able to, clear out the dead wood if you're looking at like the trees in the foreground here and the stars. In order to be able to see those stars and those opportunities more clearly, you need to clear out all the dead trees. So yeah, that's your pause and reflect.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great reading, Kendra. Thank
Beautiful.
you. All right. And so Kendra said, working on getting rid of things that need to go.
Beautiful.
You're very welcome.
Very
You are very welcome.
Welcome.
And Julie Moon is up, and then the Spiritual Garden. So avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. Oh, Annie said, update for Caleigh. I followed your advice and am expecting my card deck any day. Of her paintings, resized. So
beautiful.
it's great, Annie.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get mine. Come on, one card. Thank you. All right, so the card I got, first card I got for you is, it says give in to passion. So you can see she's wearing a red dress, she's playing her violin, there's a little cat in the background catching all those butterflies. So yeah, just give in to those little things that bring you joy, those little butterflies, those little glimmers. But then I also got for self-care was journal. So maybe starting a gratitude journal for those little glimmers. You can see there's little, even on here, there's little stars. So maybe start a glimmer journal,
Ooh.
writing down those passions and those things that you love.
I love that for Julie.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And so for your pause and reflect, you are encouraged to remember that you can ignite your courage. So you do have these opportunities to jump over things in terms of your like challenges. Okay. But it says, I am strong, valiant, and courageous. So you will be jumping over those with ease. Okay. And those will be jumped over so that you can be flying free. Okay.
Mm.
So both of these, the other thing that stuck out, which is they told me what to do. So you see how they're both going towards the right, which is all about action. So there is some action that you're going to need to take in order to fly free in this way.
Mm-hmm.
But you are courageous enough to step into that.
Your affirmation is, I believe this is pronounced Daphne, correct?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
And it's what pleases us most shapes us.
Much like glimmers.
Yes. So the work that Tanys put in there is surrounded by the idea of glimmers and appreciating and having gratitude. I think that could be quite impactful, Julie. So thank you, Julie.
Well, I think the gratitude and stuff is what gives her the courage too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. That's cool. Okay. Thank you, Julie Moon. And then Spiritual Garden is next. So I do appreciate everybody being here. It's nice to have everybody spending part of their Sunday with us, or Monday, depending on where you are.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So Spiritual Garden. Your self-care is encouraging you to go out in your spiritual garden and make a meal. So fruits and vegetables, and cooking. So, this can also, what else is coming to mind is how, witch's brew is soup. It can be as simple as soup. Right, Caleigh?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell your soup story?
Yeah. There you go.
Tell your soup story.
Yeah, tell your soup story. That's important.
Okay. Cole's notes version. There's a longer version if you go to my channel. So I had class with Tanys. It was my first year of my Celtic shamanic high priestess, and we were talking about types of magic. And she's like, yes, even soup can be magic because you're incorporating all 4 elements. So I ended up basically making 2 batches of soup, one like I normally would, and then one in ceremony. So I had, my altar, opened up circle, all of that, called all of my, guides and all that in, and made the soup. And long story short, there actually was a flavor difference and taste difference and all of that. Yeah.
And a big difference too. Like, it was very noticeable by everybody. She ended up bringing it to an enlightenment evening. So there were tasters involved. So make a meal in circle.
Mm-hmm. I love that. The pause and reflect is card 51. Be gentle with yourself. Pausing and reflecting can simply be stopping what you're doing and taking 3 purposeful breaths. Allow yourself to recognize when gentleness is needed for you. You need to remember to offer yourself gentleness, because without that, it's challenging to provide gentleness to others. So be gentle with yourself.
That card is almost 3D. It's like it pulls you in. It's amazing.
Yes.
The artwork is fabulous.
Mm-hmm. You got it. So, Caleigh, you are up for affirmation.
And so the affirmation I got, it's actually one of my favorites in the deck, but it says, my small acts of kindness make a big difference.
Oh, yes, that's a lovely one.
Be that bright yellow umbrella in a world of really boring and sad looking blue and black and gray umbrellas. So like, even if it's just holding the door for somebody, smiling at them, those little acts of acts of kindness can make the biggest difference sometimes.
Oh, they do make the biggest difference. And we may never know the impact that we've had. It is important to do them because it is important to do them with no expectations.
Yeah.
Spiritual Garden said, I am a little tough on myself.
Yeah, so making the meal and putting love in for a meal for you as well.
Stop that. Stop being tough on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Imagine if every challenging thing you thought about yourself, you flipped it and you made it a beautiful and an affirmation. By the way, that's not going to change overnight. If you catch one time that you're being tough on yourself and you make the adjustment, boom. That's a beautiful thing. That's being gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Awesome.
So, yeah, they can change the energy like magic. Yes, Timmy is here. Timmy Raven. And, okay, Sylvia posted this. Gerald, you do a lot of readings for us in here with your co-host. Maybe do a video where you ask the people for any stories that it came to be, the readings. There's a great process in doing that. There is a great process in telling the readings and having the readings tell a story. Yes, you
Definitely.
are absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, snap. The best way to care for your garden is to care for the gardener.
Very true. If the gardener is not in a good place. Your plants will feel it.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh, we're going to do a next
Next
round.
round.
Woohoo!
So, who do we have next? I've been told I need to expand my music options for when this gets selected. Stephanie, thanks for letting us know that you are here. And then, what?
Timmy says success stories should be shared. Definitely.
Yes. Oh, yes. Success stories should really be shared. Sylvia. And then and Nancy Ray. All right.
Beautiful.
So, I didn't adjust everybody. Bad host. Stephanie is here. And I like the Industrious Elves music during the draw. There you go. Nancy Ray is here. And yeah, I'm still waiting to hear from Sylvia. I hope I didn't miss Sylvia. So, but in the meantime, we have Stephanie is first. Are you having cards jumping too?
You get
I am, yeah.
Tanys, 'cause I had the
I do. I had 2 here.
So, Stephanie, your self-care card today is it's a repeat. 2 of Swords. So the self-care is allow yourself to have time to make decisions when you have that opportunity. Sometimes decisions have to be made immediately. Oftentimes we can take a moment. Give yourself that moment to think about options. And as I said before, sometimes you can lean into it and feel the energy. What's the energy of the blue energy, and what's the energy of the green energy? So self-care is to give yourself permission to think about things and to say, I need a couple of minutes to think about this. So there you go.
Ride your emotional wave a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as we always say, you can't make this stuff up, because the 2 cards I got for your pause and reflect, the first one that popped out was diligence. So you can see it's a bird kind of flying over what looks like maybe fields or something like that. So the diligence is making sure you're paying attention to all those little tiny details that you wouldn't normally otherwise see. But the second one I got was protection. So again, tying into Gerald's card, be diligent about your decisions. Look at all the little corners, all the little areas that might collect dust in those decisions, because there's one that you need to protect, yourself from, or either a thing, a person, a situation that is going to require protection, boundaries. But you need to be diligent about it, because you don't want those little things to slip through the cracks.
That's good advice, I think, for everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah, I just saw Tanys, and I'm calling you out on this, Tanys. I just saw you go, I need to apply that.
No, I was getting a message, actually.
Oh, okay. So I misread that. Sorry.
I was like, what are they trying to tell me? That was them. It's often an up thing. Is like, oh, okay.
Oh, I do the same
I'm
thing.
listening.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was asking which one of these to give first.
Okay.
Yeah.
In other words, Gerald, mind your own damn business.
I'm not saying there isn't something in her reading that could affect me as well, but
It's all good. Okay.
what I was getting from the card that you had is actually taking that bird's eye view, right? So looking from above, a higher perspective sort of thing from your card. I don't know. That's what was coming through to me as well.
I'm so used to not being given time to decide, so I get where this is coming from.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, if you can say, I need a couple of minutes to think about this, the person that is asking you to make a decision can tell you, no, I need a decision now. And guess what? The fact that you've said, I need a couple of minutes to think about this has given you a little bit of a gap of thinking time. So there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the reason I was asking for more information was because these are pretty heavy ones actually for a self-care or for affirmations. So one of them is in rewiring the nervous system. And then the other one is unraveling codependency. These are the categories. Okay. So the rewiring your nervous system, I find strength in surviving my traumas. This is why I was asking for a little bit more. And I think that's why there's two. I think it is the trauma response that is asking you to give a decision immediately. And so taking that moment to breathe will help you to step out of your nervous system response, right? Your vagus, it helps you to reset your nervous system so that you can not make it from trauma. But it says, only I have to feel good about my choices. Okay. So that's why I was asking, which one do you need to hear first? So the trauma response goes with, this is why we do what we're doing now. And you need to remember when you're making your choices that only I have to feel good about my choices. Okay. And so that is stepping away from that codependency thing, which is often involved in some of our trauma. So sending lots of love.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's something big going on for you right now. So
yeah. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And Sylvia, Colorful Foresight, is here. So, avert your gaze. And Stephanie said, this resonates with the current situation I was thinking about today. Thank you. There you go. It's like we're psychic or something.
I prefer the term intuitive.
Maybe just a little.
I prefer the term Gerald.
Oh, Gerald's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should use that today.
There you go. I dare you. If you have a handlebar mustache, I want pictures.
I have Groucho Marx glasses. Does that count?
That could certainly work. And Sylvia agrees with you. Prefers intuitives.
Yes.
Can you give me a card? That one? Playing 52 card pickup with one deck and not wanting to give me a card from the other deck. All right. Okay, so for self-care, I got fire magic. So if you can't go outside and light an actual, little fire in a fire pit, you can see there's some candles there, light some candles. But fire magic can also have to do with passions. Again, tying into that passion piece. Things that spark that joy, that spark inspiration, imagination. And then the second card I got that went with it was dance. So dance around that fire. Dance can be part of that passion, that bringing up that kind of fiery energy. So, turn on some good tunes, dance. If you can get outside and dance around a fire, I mean, up to you whether you want to, be in certain states of dress or not, but if you're in a private backyard. But fire magic, passion, and dancing.
And Sylvia said, fire, need motivation. I've been blah, yet working on self-care.
Good.
Okay. Need more need yes. Yeah, need
Yeah.
more movements, dance. Love it.
So I have another one for you. This one is communicating freely. I communicate from the depths of my being. And again, it's very much about that movement, because you'll see in her voice here, there's a lot of movement. So, and there's hearts. You can see a little heart right in here. I don't know if we can see it on the camera, but there's a little heart there. So communicating with love and compassion. And it also made me think of singing while you dance, which might give you more motivation. And I actually, for some reason, they had me pick one of the mantra cards as well. So I'm not trying to take your job there, Gerald, but this one came out.
Go for it.
I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. It's expanding inner power. I am most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. So go be courageous.
Yes.
I don't know if you know that story, but that is a good story.
Yes.
Courageous. It was a Freudian slip one day, and it's become a thing. So courageous.
Yes. And she said, I just started therapy. Perhaps that is a good start toward fire movement. And she said, talk therapy. And I am not thinking. I allow the therapy to help, hence the pause. That's powerful. Yes.
Yes.
And what's wonderful is as you pause, the affirmation is Violet. The answers and truths are always within. Honor yourself and allow yourself to have, maybe it's you need movement in order to connect with those answers and truths so that they can be vocalized. You can do your affirmation in interpretive dance. Highly encourage that. So there you go. And Tim said, exercising your creativity in any form is healthy, both mental and physical, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So
do so courageously.
Yes. And if you need to know a little bit more about Courageous, there is a couple of weeks ago, we did a creativity conversation about Courageous. It's in there. So,
yep.
And all right. So next up we have Nancy Ray, who is here. And avert your gaze. Avert your gaze. There you go. You're welcome, Sylvia. Hi, Kiba. Sharon.
Interesting. Okay. So for self-care, this is meaning more than just what the card is telling me here. You got abundance planning. So they're telling me a couple of things. Abundance planning, yes. Journaling, yes. They're also saying that planning, and so when we plan, right, we can step into it with the 4 elements. So fire is like that inspiration. Air, you start to fluff out your plans. And then water, you're actually giving it some structure. And earth, you're bringing it into being. And so for some reason, that is coming to mind with this. So as you plan, do ceremony with it. Abundance planning with ceremony. Okay, so just have those 4 elements with you when you sit down to do some journaling or abundance planning.
Part of that journaling could be your pause and reflect. In releasing old patterns, we find new freedom. This idea of writing things down, getting it out, releasing it, so it's no longer stuck in this thing of the mental head and that spiral. Allow it to flow through like this, to go from in your head, and you can allow it to be released. By the way, sometimes you have to realize it takes time to understand that what you're experiencing is an old pattern that is no longer serving you. That's okay too.
Yeah.
And the writing can help you with that.
I love what Timmy says here. You must have the courage to fail before you can enjoy the privilege of success in creative endeavors.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. And Nancy Ray said, always plan with the 4 elements.
Beautiful. So that resonates with you. Excellent.
So I'm just going to read the cards because I ended up shuffling and like 4 of them literally jumped out and almost hit me. That's why I was laughing.
Oh, wow.
So kind of have the same theme, you'll see. So the first one I got is I pause and I think before I react. So focusing on those little moments. I mean, there's also a scene reflected in the dewdrops, so maybe doing some reflection. The next one I got is every day I take care of my mind and body. Next one after that is I care for myself and everyone around me. So again, that big self-care piece coming up. And then the last one I got, which goes with Tanys's kind of journaling and abundance journaling and all that, is I focus on positive thoughts and remember that I can handle anything.
Nice.
That is a big one for the collective right now. Remember, we were told earlier to everybody listen. I'm having one of those moments now, Gerald.
Yeah. I think that's what's great about these general readings. They can resonate for more than just the person who showed up. They resonate for people who are watching the playback, people who are just listening. Remember this, and allow that to flow through. It's really, really powerful.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome, Nancy Ray.
I was going to say, speaking of collective, did we want to do a collective reading?
Yes. Do you want to do one more?
10 minutes left. Or 8.
Okay.
8,
okay.
7.
Do you want to go ahead and do the collective? I couldn't hear your voice,
I'm okay.
Caleigh.
I don't know if this time.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, let's do another round because let's just see. Here you go. Let's get everybody's attention.
You're waking me up again, Gerald.
I know. You're welcome. Delphi Ross. Say hi, Delphi. And maybe this will make people hungry.
It just makes me sleepy.
That one does? Okay. Tanita, say hi. And then, here, we'll do this one for the last one. Delphi is here.
Roller coaster sounds like the energies right now.
Oh, yeah. Tanita, if you're here, and Lacey Gray, please let us know that you're here. And in the meantime, we have Delphi Ross. So, Purple Moon Tarot said, you're absolutely right, Gerald. I always love that when somebody says that I'm right.
Do you know which part?
Of course you do.
It doesn't matter. All I know is that I was. So, Delphi, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're getting a reading. And Delphi, your self-care today. Oh, well, okay. I'll do this one because it's in a different pile. But Nourish and care for your body mindfully. Perfect for self-care. I'm also going to suggest perhaps have some fruits and vegetables and things that actually are directly from the plant. There's some nice blueberries and nuts, so I think this is one of those things. Your self-care is eat some real food. Oh, by the way, for entertainment purposes only.
The almonds are really sticking out to me on that. Maybe it's because I really want to eat almonds right now.
I have a friend who's picking me up some tomatoes, and they're going to a farmer's market, and I'm like,
oh, yum.
Okay, I'll take some.
Toasted tomato sandwich.
Oh, yeah. So pause and reflect. I actually think it's really suiting that this one came up for Delphi. So it's love, but the picture almost looks like her little profile picture there.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
So you are love.
Love. Yeah, so those flowers blooming. But what's interesting is the card that came out with it was stand still, which I thought was really, really interesting. And then, of course, the card at the bottom of the deck was stillness.
Ooh.
So with the love piece, I don't think it's that kind of fiery, passion kind of love that we think about. It's those, you talk about sometimes in meditation with breathing exercises and stuff like that, that a lot of it has to do with that pause, that stillness in between those breaths. That's important. And so I'm going to, like, that I think is the love piece you need to focus on. So it's not that fiery, passionate, like boom, big love. It's those little moments. It's those little times of stillness. Those cuddling on the couch or those little kind of quiet moments. That's the love bit that you need to kind of focus on. Just smell those flowers and enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say that cuddling on the couch goes with this. So, celebrating simplicity. And it says, I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain.
Ooh.
So, simplify your life so that you have more of that time to cuddle on the couch and be love.
Mm-hmm.
Just be love. You don't have to be in love. Just be love.
There you go.
And you will be more fulfilled.
That's great. I think my shoulders hurt by doing too much.
Ah, there we go.
Stop that, Delphi. Stop that. I do think there's there's an important reminder for everybody to remember to hydrate yourself. Depending upon where you are, it's very hot. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, if you've got the heater on, you need that hydration to help balance everything.
Definitely.
So I have not heard from Tanita or Lacey Gray. So it's a little sad, but we will do we'll do a reading for the collective. And before I do that, I do want to say follow our channels so that you can be notified about when we go live. Each of us go live. And Tanys and I on the 25th are doing a laugh and learn about crystal grids. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 a.m. Pacific. So, and Purple Moon said it's
105
in South Carolina today.
Yeah. So you need not just one of these, you need lots of them.
And sip and have it come through the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Surplus is overrated. Avoid doing too much. Try to do just perfectly enough. That's the new philosophy of mine. Timmy, that's a good philosophy. I think all of us can benefit from that.
Definitely.
All right. I am going to...
And that will differ depending on the day.
It will.
Yes. And the situation and all of that. So that's perfect. Perfect. So this is the reading for the collective. I should put that up there, right?
Shall we maybe do a few cards?
Yeah, do whatever you need to. Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling like I'm supposed to do 3, so that's why I'm asking.
And I'm going to put this up there so that we can see it's a reading for the collective.
Yes, I'm looking forward to talking about grids.
Yes.
It will be fun.
Alrighty. Okay, so the first card I got for everybody is Meditation for Peace and Serenity. So you can see it's actually a guy meditating under the water. I'd maybe have a snorkel or a scuba tank on if I was doing that. But yeah, if you can't get to a lake and meditate, just, maybe when you're sitting in your room, pretend you're at a lake or under the ocean, or you can be anywhere you want to be. But yeah, so just meditate for peace and serenity. So take those quiet moments. And then the cards I got to go with it are coffee break. So part of that hydration, if make sure you're drinking water, but maybe go out for coffee either with yourself or some friends. So if you've been thinking about booking a massage, maybe go get a massage, ask a friend or significant other for a massage. This is really, really important.
What I'm seeing is self-massage as well on your hands, because your hands are connected to all parts of your body. So give yourself a nice hand massage as well. I don't know, that was coming through. They were showing me the picture, so I had to share. Did I do?
Always a good thing to be able to share.
And I think Caleigh is... I think she's frozen.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh, there we go.
You were beautifully frozen by doing this. You were like that when you were frozen. Fun. There you go.
Very gangsta.
There you go.
All right. So what have I got? I have letting go. So I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life. So we have ebbing and flowing, and we need to just flow. Right? We're going to ebb, but we need to just flow with those ebbs and flows, right? So the river, it's all about that flow.
Water piece again.
It is.
The water and the fishies.
All about flow, right? And that the water, of course, is emotion. So know that we may be in a bit of an emotional time, and we're encouraged to proceed softly, right? Take a moment, smell the flowers, drink the tea. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. Okay?
Ooh, nice.
So take those moments. This is the time to do that. Okay? Because coming forward, I'm strong, valiant, and courageous. We will be jumping over some hurdles. Okay? So we will have the courage. And if we do this, we will have the energy as well. So we need to let go of what is holding us back. Go into reflection to ignite our courage and jump over those hurdles.
The clear message that I got, because everybody else did it, so I have to. I have 3 cards. The 5 of Swords. What's really important is to look for those glimmers. This is a plant that is growing in a barren area because there's no water. But it is maximizing what it has around. So the self-care is to recognize what you can do instead of what you cannot do. The pausing and reflecting is understanding that grieving is a natural and essential part of healing. Grieving looks different to every single person. It looks different every single day. It does not go away our behaviors and our ability to address how we're feeling and we're grieving in that day is what can adjust and change several times a day in many cases. And the affirmation is lavender. Lavender. Take time to cleanse and remove negativity.
Yeah, I love lavender.
Mm-hmm.
Those water and tears are very cleansing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Lots about clearing, letting go,
Mm-hmm.
right? Self-reflection.
Yes. And allowing that grieving. What you're grieving is not what someone else would grieve. No problem with that, because what you're doing what you need to do. It's awesome. So,
Beautiful.
yeah, shine, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer.
Beautiful.
Love that. So,
That's awesome.
all right. That's wonderful. I have to say thank you to everyone who joined us today. It's great to see everybody. You're welcome, Moira. And so like and subscribe to all of our channels. Tanys, anything you want to share with people that you have coming up?
Well, we have our show on Monday, tomorrow, Twillo Talk, 5 p.m. And we have Renee Ellison coming on, so that'll be awesome. And we have our show, of course, on Wednesday as well.
Yes.
Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. And yeah, what else have we got? Well, that's the rest of it is busy, but other stuff. So it's good. I do have a podcast with my HR client as well, so come and join us for that. But different audience, I would think, unless you have aging parents. So
okay, all right.
That's what we got going on.
Caleigh, what about you? What do you have coming up?
So I also have a show tomorrow. It's going to be at 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. because of my guest. We had to switch up the schedule just a little bit. But we're going to talk, I think, about, she does intuitive jewelry. So this is her second time on. If you guys remember, I had Fairy Orbs, so Monica, that does intuitive jewelry. But I think we're also going to kind of talk about being creatively intuitive. So kind of following Gerald's suit about talking about creativity and intuition. We thought we'd maybe use that as a jumping off point, but it's just gonna we have no.
So great. You're just gonna be creative then.
You got it.
I have a lot of great shows this week. Stay tuned, especially on Tuesday, for the back and forth with Jamie and Gerald, where we're doing something different.
Ooh. And we have eyes on the bottom of the mug. Just you know. And they're pink.
Yes.
Full of love.
I also have a show with Richie Longman Tarot on Friday. Looking forward to that. Please like and subscribe to all of our channels. Ring the bell. That way you will be notified when we go live. And thank you so very much, everyone, for joining us. If you've watched this in playback, or let us know in the comments how it was for you, if any of the messages resonated. So we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.